Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the free-to-play account, and as you can see, we have the new trial hero up. I'm actually going to save it because we do have 2 weeks to use this hero. Overall, it seems like early game is really putting her into that S tier, possibly even the SS tier, depending on the rotation that we see with all of these other heroes. Now today, I want to do a summons in here. I'm looking at a couple different things. We made it to 32-20, and I was thinking a little bit earlier about the Legacy of Grit, and I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that Legacy of Grit to go ahead and pick up and change a hero. And I was thinking, honestly, I'm probably going to go in here, and I don't know if it's going to be the popular opinion, but I was looking at either using Brawn and then swapping for either Trishia was one that I was actually thinking about, is going in here because she is very low. Now, what we're dealing with right now is number one, within the Lightbearer Tower, we do not have anyone to do any damage right here. We have a tank, we have 2 supports. We do not have Scarlet built up. We are seeing the exact same thing within the Wilder Tower. Is we do have a tank, we do have our support hero, but again, we do not have any DPS to actually make any difference. And then in here, we do have Crucio and Vika. So again, we're lacking support in one tower, and we do have a lot of other heroes in the other tower. But I know with Braun actually being linked, and we did link Braun with Rem, but we can go ahead and change that. But I'm thinking again, going in and being able to make progression, because also remember, as a free-to-play player, it is going to be a crazy amount of time. And I'm not going to go back and pick up all the Awakened heroes when we look at, I'm getting multiple copies of Belinda or looking at the Awakened version of Thane or Lucius. I'm going to keep looking forward and really moving forward with all of the heroes. So I'm thinking at this point, you know what, let's go ahead and I'm going to pick up Trishia. This is going to be the one that we're going to go ahead and swap for. And look, we need 10 more activity points, but this is going to be the swap. That way we actually have the ascended version of Trishia. We can go ahead and we can build it out a little bit further, possibly get some furniture. So that is going to make a big difference in really getting this, because you can see we have a signature item, or we would have a signature item built on there. Everything else we don't have in here, unfortunately. Now, a lot of players also ask questions about Ivan. Now, we got lucky. We actually picked up 2 stars on Ivan. A lot of players were kind of wondering, are we going to do engraving on him? Now, Ivan, as again, a free-to-play player, as we're going in here, we are actually going to build Ivan up to, and again, kind of the recommended when it comes to the engraving itself, is building him to a 38. So that is using a couple more. And this is based on, look at what we have in here, getting the attack built up a little bit further. But looking at the insight, you can see we have a multitude of insight. We also do have haste in here, which is going to be a big thing. So looking at here, insight, tenacity, not going to really worry about that because we are going to pick up 5 points, and it should be 5 in its entirety right here based in the attack. 6, 7, 8 is going to be the haste we're getting right here. The faster that Ivan is running through his rotation, the better he's going to perform. And of course, he is going to perform incredibly well for a extended amount of time. And then again, getting the 3 up here for the haste, and then building out this attack. I think I have enough for the attack. Maybe I do. 38. So that is where we want to build him. That's the recommended. Now, they also recommend taking Rem to 41 and then a couple other heroes to 30, including building up Randy up to 30. That is where they do recommend, again, kind of leaving him. I'm going to leave him at 30. So that does build him up a little bit further. And as we continue to get other heroes built in here, we'll go ahead and we'll add some more engraving on there. We'll get some higher level signature items. And we have been following our guide that we put out a little while ago to really a T. When we start looking at signature items and thinking of, the plus 20 signature items, who really needs it? Ivan to a 30, which again, we kind of built. Then it's Rem to a 20. Then it takes Randy to a 30. We again have been focusing on this in its entirety, making a lot more progression and pushing through a lot more of this content on a regular basis really does make a big difference when it comes to being able to move through this, through the campaign. Now, Golden Frontier, this is another place that we've been doing incredibly well in this game mode. I'm actually pretty impressed. You can see that we are the green. We've actually moved out of where we were originally. We're in the Golden Frontier, giving us a crazy amount of resources, guys. This is 5,000 essence, 1,000 diamonds. That is going to help with the summons. And even looking at our Vault of Riches, we have started building all of these out in the entirety. You can see all of the other treasures, earlier treasures, we have built out, and we've been just kind of going down the list as we're getting more of our phosphorus. And it gets to a point where once you have a majority of these built out, or really all of these built out, you can drop all of your phosphorus nodes that you have in here Right here, we have level 9 phosphorus nodes. We have some level 10 right here, phosphorus veins. Once we have it maxed out, we can drop all of those in the entirety. We are not going to need the phosphorus anymore, which is pretty cool. In the chest, unfortunately, we didn't get anything in there, but we've also went through, we got, again, a lot more resources out of here. We've been farming a lot of red chests and also some diamonds out of there, which we see. So overall, again, pretty impressed with how we're doing in this game mode. I know there's a lot of players that are not super happy and not super excited with all of the things that are not working correctly, but overall, I do like it very much. And then, of course, looking in here at the daily, the lost sigils, we are still farming this out. You can see we're at 30, 60, 60. We're getting very close to building out that single copy of Nox, and that's what we've been looking for. So we actually want to take this up to a 35. So we don't want to use all 6 of our trials in here, because we want to make sure if we use all 6, we're going to be at 36. We only need 5 of these in the entirety. We can actually just swap out 1 copy right here of Sour Haze, and right here we have Light Bears, we have our Wilder, so I can even drop in another, maybe another Wilder hero. I don't think if we're going to be able to get and defeat one of these teams, this is going to be kind of crazy, because again, we only want to win one of these, but I feel like we're not going to with this team. I might have to garrison a different hero to actually get through here, unless we get really lucky, which again, I feel like at this level, we're not going to. So I'm going to have to go through, farm all 5 of mine, and then we'll look at where we're going to go, what we're going to garrison to build out a lot of these a little bit further. And honestly, probably right here, getting more red chests would make a big difference. That way we can build up a couple heroes even a little bit further. Resources, we are continuing with a very strong generation. We need more Ascended heroes. We said this last time we were playing on the free-to-play account. We need more Ascended heroes. We're getting a lot of essence. Even here, we're almost at 100,000 essence in here, which is crazy. We finally pick up our very first shard. And I know this is, again, a little bit disappointing to getting the shards. We still have another significant amount of time, 20 more days, until we can pick up the rest of those. Now in here, mystical chest really not giving us anything at all, but we do have 1 elite stone. Again, we need a couple copies of these primary heroes. That way we can go ahead and build them out. There's a secondary copy of Saurus. This could be an awakened hero. We are still 0, guys. We have never pulled an awakened hero from stones. We haven't pulled it from scrolls. We haven't pulled it from companion points. We haven't pulled anything on this free-to-play account to get some more heroes. And there is Caricio again. A little bit more food out of here, which I am okay with. We have a lot of tier stones that we're kind of just banking in here. But let's see what we can do with, I think, what the 2 summons we can grab out of here. Noble Tavern again. We have a couple scrolls, which we'll go through real quick. Maybe today is going to be the day. I say this every time. So in the last 30 days, we have not pulled 1 single awakened hero out of here. There we go. There's a copy of Misha. I will definitely take that. Pull number 2 just gives us some more food. So unfortunately, short of the 4 pulls that we have right here, maybe this is going to be the one to pull that awakened hero and get us a copy of somebody, hopefully Envy in here, which unfortunately it is not. Again, smaller summons, I'm going to go ahead and use these just because we have them available. Want to see, because we're still looking for Libierda. We're still looking for Envy. Those are the 2 primary focus in here. We have 1 more card. Again, tower progression has been a absolute and total struggle at this point, because we don't have enough heroes to actually make any more progression in there. So we've been hard stuck in a lot of this content. Maybe this is going to change it, guys. I think we have Crisio, and I think we have a couple. Let's see, because that takes him up to Ascended. That is going to help a lot when it comes to the tower. Having him up to Ascended, which again, Legacy of Grit, we could definitely swap that around a little bit. We have to get a couple more heroes in a few different factions just to build them out. Again, both were waiting here, not enough food to go ahead and do anything. And here we have 1, 2, again, not enough food to do anything with Vika, getting her built up a little bit. In here, we have double copies of Misha. We need, again, a little bit more food. We have double right here. A little bit more food would allow us to actually take Misha up to Ascended now that we do have those copies. And then, of course, we do have a lot of other copies in here. We built out 3, still looking, and I think the next one we're going to build out is Mira. I think that was the one that we kind of had the consensus where on the live stream is building out Mira. And then we also do have those 2 right here. Liberta, again, 1 more copy will be Legendary Plus. Envy, we need some more copies. And then, of course, we still do have that single copy for the hero that we're looking for. I'm building up Rem a little bit further. Let's hop in the Oak Inn. Let's see, what do we got? 3 pulls in here, and there we go. Boom, we have the ability to add in Crescio. So this, of course, is going to give us the ability. Now, I don't believe furniture-wise that Crescio is in the wish list. So I feel like, again, we're probably going to have to swap him through Legacy of Grit. We're going to have to look through or look for another hero in here, just because we don't have the ability to build him up any further. And I think we get some rewards out of here, don't we? If I remember, yeah, the Hero's Covenant. There we go. 5,000? Wow, that is good, guys. That is a very good reward in there. That takes him all the way up to Ascended. Now, signature item, we do have the 10. We could build him up a little bit up to the 20, which I think he might be close. Furniture-wise, on place 9, and again, giving us Poke Coins. 3 pieces of furniture right there for 5,000 more diamonds. Engraving, again, got to give us a little bit more if we can get a star in there. What do we got? 10 more days. We're pretty close. Legacy of Grit has another 15. Yeah, we're going to have to work on those activity points in here and see if we can max those out in the entirety. But let's do a couple more summons. I know in here, there we go, recommended furniture. So I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to leave them all in medium. We added 1 piece for Crescio. Let's go ahead and knock up our wish list. Boom, going to stay the exact same. 2 more summons in here. Can we get a mythic piece for a hero? We have like Rem that we're looking for, and it looks like nothing again. Oh, it's really, really heartbreaking to see that we're not picking up really anything we need, but there is a piece for Rem. We'll go ahead, we'll throw in the recommended. That does give him, give her another piece in there. We'll go ahead, we will recycle these in the entirety, 150. Again, we're not close enough to get another summon in there, but that's okay. What do we got? Put them all in the end, so we did that as well. We could change the wallpaper. A couple of these we could get some free Poke Coins out of, which we might have to do pretty soon in there. But overall, you can see we're done with our weeklies, getting some more red chest, and also getting some more of our swap scrolls, some more of our common scrolls. Fingers crossed, guys. With these additional summons we just picked up, can we get more copies of these heroes? Let's knock out these 3 single scroll summons. 1 more 10 summon should yield us another elite. Hopefully it's going to be someone. Hopefully it's going to be a double, maybe a triple, maybe something we need. And there is 1, which gives us Rosaline, and we have 27 here even. That's going to leave us 41 diamonds left. Can we get somebody else? It is another elite, which is a copy of Nevi. So even though we got another copy of Nevi, a little bit closer in there, don't have enough food, or we might not have enough food. There's 1 piece. Yeah, not enough there. So we got another copy of right here of Viden, but again, not enough to build up. We are going to need more food in the entirety. I don't think we have anything else in here. We're going to have to keep farming. I mean, through farming, we've been going through the peaks of time. Now, again, in here, I feel like we can make a little bit more progression. We just need to push. And again, the floors, guys, we don't have anyone in here to be able. I went in Nevi. I put Trishia in here. I even put in Orin. With them being a lot lower levels, we've just been stuck. We've actually been kind of pigeonholed because with the amount of essence we have, we need some of these ascended. If we get, or when we get these ascended, we can actually build them up a little bit further. And then, of course, bring up the levels a little bit higher. But Crescio is going to do this one for us, guys. Boom. That takes us up to the 240. Again, we have enough to build this up in the entirety. This is going to take it up to 240. We need one more ascended hero in here, guys, and we will be able to build this up in the entirety. And honestly, I might swap Crescio. This might be a point where let's grab this signature item up a little bit higher. That, of course, is going to reward us with free stuff out of the Hero Covenant. There is another 20 red chests. And again, if we get a 30, we could go another 5,000. But again, we don't want to hop in there and swap. Lost Sigils, we will take care of. Temple Rift, Lyrical Exploration. I love this. This is going to give us some free resources in here. There is some hero coins. And I'm going to have to make sure that we do pick up another copy of Rem before we're done. That was a crazy amount of hero coins, and I think I already had some. Let's see if we can grab some more heroes in here, guys. So we did our purchase. We also do a refresh. I do 1 refresh in there every single time. In here, we're still saving. We have 12 more days for those Draconic Insignias in the barracks, so we do have enough for both of these. Rem, again, is on like a 23-day cooldown, So we do have a considerable amount in there. Now we have red chests in here. Now one guide said build out Robin Hood. One guide said build out Joan of Arc. And then going in here and picking up a couple other things, which let me check, guys, because I know in the store itself, we were kind of looking at it, is of course in here within, what are we in, Labyrinth Store? The Labyrinth Store, they are recommended picking up, and again, they recommend picking this one up for the Legendary Bizarre Totem out of that 60K. But again, I'm going to save this for a little bit. Challenger Store, we are still looking for copies of Ulna. We did get lucky with one single copy of Ulna that we picked up a little bit earlier, which of course was pretty good. Still getting some of our heroes up a little bit higher. Two more stones in here. Boom. We get another copy. That almost takes the hero up another notch. There's another copy for Leica as well. So we are doing pretty well. Just again, a little bit stuck with the progression in here. I'm gonna have to go through. I'm gonna have to bust out some of these. And then also looking at the Bountiful Trials, the new hero. I feel like the new hero, possibly even putting the new hero in there with Rem, might make a big difference in progression. I'm wondering if we try the trial hero, because if you're thinking, guys, and let me know in the comments if we should hop in here and try that trial. Also with the Temple Rift, we have another week. I feel like we can push a couple more floors in a week, and we're also saving right now to see if we can get to this floor on 160, pick up some more Stargazer Scrolls, pick up some more of those time emblems in the entirety. If not, it is going to be all in for the baits, all that we can buy. Because again, this run, I feel like we're not going to make a lot more progression because we've been kind of stuck with where we're at. So again, free to play does get a little bit stuck. We know the new iteration of the Treasure Scramble is coming. So very cool. We're in the gold division right there. I have a lot of things really cooking with this account. Again, we're just north of 30 days in, 32-20. We didn't want to rush through this. We didn't want to just crush content. But I feel like coming in here, and I'm wondering if the new Mauler is being used. Let me hop in here and just take a quick peek over here in the housecape. See if we are seeing the new hero being used anywhere. Julius, of course, major whale, going to build him out right off of the bat. So look at that. There is that wicked skin that we have of Grez. There's Vika. And this is kind of the weird iteration. There we go. So she is actually right there already with the 9 of 9 furniture. I knew the new Mauler. I felt like we would see her very early based on exactly how she works. So she is being used, and we are seeing her right there in the Nightmare Corridor, which again is a little bit interesting to see. Is she, or excuse me, in the Cursed Realm, but is she being used in the Nightmare Corridor? Let's see. So what we got. So right there's Envy, and I think that is Ivan. Man, Ivan's skin looks so epic in there. That is absolutely, that's the first time I've seen it when it was purchased. So in here again, it's that cheese. Are we seeing the Mauler? I don't think in the Nightmare Corridor we might not. There's Misha, there's Lavatoon, which again, it could even be too early in there. There, of course, is Shahan, and there's Sun Jin Woo, seeing both of them being used in formations. So I like that we are seeing the new hero. Now, a lot of speculation, a lot of chatter when it comes to what Dolly says, and a lot of people are saying that the next one is going to be a Mauler. So guys, this is going to be the sneak peek. No matter what the world changes, some people never lose sight of who they are. Now, a lot of players are saying that is reference, which if it is, of the awakened version of Nemisu, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see exactly if that is going to be coming. And now, of course, we do have about a week and a half till we would see the awakened hero on the test server. And a lot of players are saying that it is going to be the awakened version of Nemisu. So if you followed the video all the way to the end, again, a little sneak peek right at the end to check it out. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.